Short, handing Marvin Quintero the TKO victory over Juan Santiago in a fight that was action-packed from the opening bell and dominated by Quintero.
Both these fighters look very excited and have a raw edge to them. That means probably somebody's going to get hit early. And it's probably going to be Hendrix because Gavronski had many more amateur fights, 50 amateur fights to only 11 of Hendrix, and to me, that's a huge difference.
6, 7, 8. Come here, watch in. All right? I'm good, here. All right. Box.
So Gavronski scores the knockdown just 30 seconds in. And wrestles him down to the ground.
Come here. Give me a glove.
Not a good tune for Hendrix so far.
Cut by headbutt. All right, you ready? Pause. Come on, guys.
See him tying up that right hand of Gavronski.
Some hitting behind the head by Hendrix there.
When I say break, break.
It's a funny thing. Hendrix does the hitting behind the head, and the warning gives to winds up to Gavronski.
And Hendrix scores a knockdown, and you can see the blood coming from the face of Gavronski. So both men have been down in the opening 80 seconds.
Both these fighters took this bout on about 5 days' notice.
Stop holding his head. Stop. Stop. Break.
And right now, all they're doing is winging it. This is the first fight for Gavronski outside of his home state of Washington. And let's not forget, Gavronski has not been in the ring for 1 year. So you would think that Hendrix might have a little edge early because of the rust that Gavronski has to be feeling.
He's jousting with that left hand, shielding himself from that right hand is Hendrix. See blood around the right eye of Gavronski. Fighting with his mouth open, a little nervous energy. Both men have been on the canvas here in round one.
You know, both fighters took the fight on quick notice, so it might come down to who's in better shape here in this kind of fight. I'm going to guess maybe it's Hendrix, because he came in half a pound less than his last fight only 4 months ago. Gavronski, as I mentioned, hasn't been in the ring for a year, and he came in 10.5 pounds more than his weight for that fight. Maybe the edge of condition, maybe Mr. Hendrix.
Gavronski lands a right hand here in the closing moments of round one. And a former pro heavyweight himself from Australia. For many years, he was Freddie Roach's right hand at the Wild Card Gym. Actually fought Lennox Lewis, if my memory serves me correct, back in the 1990s.
Well, I said early on, I would think Gavronski would have a little edge. He had 50 amateur fights, only 11 of Hendrix, but fairly even so far.
Watch your movement, guys. Come on.
Neither guy is really calm, and neither guy is showing very developed skills, but willing to engage.
Right hand by Gavronski was able to meet the mark again. There's a flush right hand from Hendrix. Gavronski comes back.
Stop. No punch. No punch.
Maybe his far size, Hendrix can somehow find an edge. He's been a little bigger, 174 pounds and never below 168. While Gavronski has never been over 167 and as low as 162. That's until tonight. Gavronski came in the heaviest of his career.
See how wide that right hand of Gavronski's is. And now Hendrix tying up as they're separated by Tom Taylor. Right hand from Gavronski lands now. Sent back into that blue corner with a right hand from Hendrix. And now Hendrix on the attack, and it's Gavronski who falls in and ties up.
Hendrix says he's a big fan of Friday Night Fights, never misses a show.
Stop. No punch.
think he's vying to have a chance to have the punch of the night. He just better be careful it's not him who's receiving it.
Well, so far he's in the lead with what he scored in the first round. Double jab, right hand, comes back with a right hand, sends Gavronski against the near ropes, and then he ties up again. Now a right hand by Gavronski.
Get off his head, get off his head.
Oh,
Can't get out of the way of each other.
Oh, Joe, Hendrix was known for rock and roll, and that's what this fight is all about. And it's about right hands. Both guys taking turns to smack each other with them.
Stop! Go punch.
Stiff jab from Hendrix. Not much fundamentals. Just raw fury. Hendrix and Gavronski coming to the end of two, trading right hand after right hand. With you ringside here in Temecula, a wild swing bout here in the midst of Friday Night Fights. Mike Gavronski and Tyrell Hendrix, they traded knockdowns in the first round. Gavronski landed a good right hand that sent Hendrix down. Hendrix landed an even better right hand that put Gavronski down, causing blood around his mouth and his right eye. In the second round, they traded even more right hands. Neither guy could really miss. Now Gavronski with a right hand at the end of that jab. Warning for the elbow.
Both guys raw, but both guys willing.
Stop! Stop! Now watch your holding. Box.
And both looking to land right hands. Right now, Hendrix doing a little bit better job on the outside with that wingspan, that long left.
Box.
Stabilizing Gavronski a little bit.
Stop!
Well, Gavronski not helping himself. For the most part, no jab, just reaching in a little bit. See, there's a jab by Gavronski, but the problem is his feet weren't set. He just launched himself. Completely off balance and completely available to a counter from Hendrix.
There is blood streaming down from the corner of both eyes of Hendrix now. Good jab from Hendrix. There's a lead right hand from Gavronski.
Go!
If either one of these fighters could learn how to avoid the other's right hand, he's on his way to the winner's circle, because that is all they have to worry about from each other.
Come on, guys, hands up free. Let's go.
It's a bad cut over the left eye of Hendrix, a very bad cut. You see him swiping away, and now Tom Taylor is going to call time. And he will go to the ringside physician, Dan Curacillo, to examine that cut of Hendrix.
Time in. Box. Guys, watch your heads. Come on. Let go.
It's a 4-round fight that these two guys are going to walk away from looking like they just went 15 old school.
The man in the corner that's going to have to stop that bleeding for Hendrix is Jake Paisan.
Coming to the end of a brutal 3 rounds as Hendrix is on the attack. 1 round to go. Stay with us. Tyrell Hendrix, Mike Gavronski, 4th and final round. They traded knockdowns in the first. Hendrix with cuts around both eyes, a bad one over the left eye that the ringside physician has already taken a look at. It's been wildly entertaining. Not so skilled, but entertaining.
Stop, stop, stop.
Hendrix looked at him and put his gloves out as though to say, we're not hitting each other enough. You got to hit me around the corner. I think we're doing enough in front of each other.
Stop, stop, stop. Great.
only loss for Hendrix in his career, Joe, was by split decision. So with a little bit of luck, he could be in this fight undefeated. But if he's going to continue moving forward, no matter what happens here, he has to learn, as Gavronski does, to move his head.
Right hand by Gavronski.
Because this is not the way that the great trainers envision a fighter moving their head, not by the help of somebody else.
That's right.
Don't punch.
Definitely not by the help of the opponent.
No punch.
Hendrix winning the last 2 rounds on Teddy's scorecard. 10-10 even first round with them trading knockdowns. Chopping right hand, and then Gavronski,
No punch. No punch.
as he has done time and time again, coming forward with a right hand of his own. Wide, sweeping, looping right hand, and a short one on the inside.
See, if somebody's fundamentals just a little bit better, just a little bit better, and I think that might be Hendrix, their punch is going to get there a little straighter and a little truer.
Look at this. Squared up, swinging away. What a sincere effort from both Gavronski and Hendrix.
Stop.
And again, you got to wonder right now if the conditioning at the end he is not favoring Hendrix a little bit. Came in a little lower than his last fight, and Gavronski, again, first time in the ring in a year, and 10.5 pounds more than he was back then.
Final 20 seconds.
Stop. No punch. 10 seconds, Joe. This is for the bell. Hands up, free, guys. Stop. Stop.
That's a lot of damage done to both men in a 4-round bout.
Come in.
Cut above both eyes is Hendrix. Battered and bruised is Gavronski. We will come back and hear from the judges when we return to Friday Night Fights. Let's show you the highlights between Gavronski and Hendrix. First round, Mike Gavronski, the right hand, puts Hendrix halfway through the ropes. Same round, Hendrix comes back with a more impactful right hand, so they trade knockdowns. Throughout rounds 2, 3, and 4, they would go back and forth, squared up, winging away. Matchmaker Eric Botcher just walked over to me and simply said, "That was fun." Yes, it was, if you're not named Gavronski or Hendrix. Look at the CompuBox numbers that these light heavyweights put together. 94 out of 248 for Hendrix, 81 out of 239 for Gavronski. Let's send it up to the ring to Thomas Tryber.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Gwen Adair scores it 40-36 in favor of Tyrell Hendrix. Judge Max DeLuca scores it 38-38, even a draw. And Judge Fritz Werner scores it 38-38. This bout is a majority draw.